Yo, what's good? It's your bro Lo, and I'm bringing you guys a saucy trade breakdown. I'm about to go over these two trades, GU and USD CAD, that I took today on this fine Tuesday, which was a banger. And I hope you guys get enough nuggets off of this trade. Before I get into the video, go ahead and smash that like button for me, and hopefully I can convince you to smash the like button later if you haven't yet. But go ahead and smash it. You know what I mean? If you my bro, you'll smash it, or sis. You know what I mean? But let's go ahead and look at this real quick. So this is where I post my entries, right? Just in case you guys wanted to know if I really took this or not. Yes, I really took this. Now the screenshots don't matter. Like literally I can manipulate and take a whole bunch of positions and just manipulate my stop loss and just pick which one that worked out. You know what I mean? I could do all that. I can manipulate this. Anybody can manipulate this. This doesn't really matter. The point is the education part. But if you're really unsure, just know, trust me, I'm taking these. All right. So let's get right into the video. Like I said, this is it's more about that education. If you guys go through your charts and you will see these same setups, you will see everything, right? And it plays out with high probability if you do everything right, and you follow the plan that you have. But this is just a lesson anyway. So hopefully you pick up something from this. I don't mean to ramble on, but let's focus on the trade. So I'm about to do trading view replay just so you guys can kind of like see everything of how the candles printed out. So first things first, right? Where's the drawn liquidity for USD CAD, right? What I'm thinking is, when I was going into this, I'm looking at this high here to possibly be ran as buy stops, because you know we're getting certain reactions right here. Doesn't mean I'm bearish yet, even though we had this right here, this move down. I'm not bearish completely, right? I'm really not, until we possibly get up above these highs, manipulate, and then do a shift in delivery, right? I'm focused on liquidity. I'm focused on my direct. This is just my direction, right? This is where I'm thinking price can potentially get to. And so with that being said, you can see right here that you have this wick down that took out these lows right here. All right, boom, right? That's what we have. Okay, so you have a liquidity hunt right here that we took this out right here. Now this, when price was up here playing around in here, I wasn't looking, I'm bullish, right? But I'm not looking to buy until liquidity is taken, right? Until liquidity is taken out. You can refine, like you have this area right here, there's something on the left side that you could kind of like look at and like kind of like focus on at a specific area, but all that matters is just the liquidity. Now you have this imbalance right here. It might be like a down, I think it was a down candle or something inside of this imbalance. Just know this imbalance is here in the tip of this down move right here, the down move that was created. Here's the wick here, right, that you can focus on. Okay, so you can see price manipulated, took liquidity. We're inside of a discount from this low to this high. Okay, so if you withdraw your fib from this low to this high, you can see that we came below the 50 and we came to OTE as well. All right, which is the 62 and 79%. Okay, so once we ran this low, what am I looking for? I'm looking for a shift in delivery. Now when this was ran right here, you could possibly see that was a possible shift right here and a move, yeah, a shift right here, and then a break of structure, right? Okay, it's a shift, break of structure right here, and then you can see that candles were printing. Let's print out the candles a little bit. All right, so we have a new range. We have from this low to this high. Okay, I'm focused on buying below the 50, possibly around the 62%. Mostly that's what I would like to see, OTE around that area, looking for buys. Okay, so let's print out price. This was on Monday right here, February 11th. Actually this was on Friday. This is on Friday, so let's get through Friday. Okay, so you can see Friday had a nice run up. Okay, came right into OT, so you could have took this Friday if you would have had that, right? Now, this is what we have here. Okay, I'm still bullish. We came up to this high, right? We came up to this high. Because we reject from this high does not mean I'm completely bearish, okay? Because we have a rejection. All right, I'm looking to target the buy stops above these highs right here. Okay, so you have these highs right here, and then you have highs, your daily high right here. So you have buy stops all in these highs. I'm looking for that to be taken out. All right, so let's continue. Now, what I'm looking for inside of this range right now, I'm not looking to buy inside of anything inside of here. Okay, what am I looking for? I'm looking for liquidity first. Okay, I'm looking for sell stops to be ran to pair my buys to go higher. Okay, for probability, for an edge. Okay, when stops are ran, traders are trapped, and you should get a better move. All right, so let's wait for price to run this, which I was looking for. Right here, you can see we built up a little bit more liquidity. Yes, we got this little itty bitty little spike, and people will call this a stop point, and they will try to take a stop point breaker structure RTO right here and then get stopped out because this wasn't enough. This is still valid to me, right? I like to see deeper runs. I don't like to see this little baby wick and call that a stop hunt. That's a short-term liquidity hunt, right? I still wouldn't look at this as like a protected low. You know what I mean? So I'm looking for that to be ran. Inside of this wick here, there's a down candle. I don't want to scale in, zoom in to lower time frames right now just to save some time. But if you want to, you can. You can scale into a lower time frame and see that there is a order block inside of that wick. Okay. Plus the top of this candle that caused the down move. Okay, which is kind of like a breaker compared to this range right here. From this up move down, you would draw this out in time and expect sensitivity, right? Expect sensitivity at this high. All right, now once this is ran, why am I not looking down here? Because the liquidity is right here. There's no liquidity right here besides the imbalance. Yes, it could come all the way down here, right? It could come to the most extreme, right? But mainly I'm looking for, once liquidity is ran, I'm looking for it to buy back up. You don't want to see liquidity ran, okay? Here's a nugget. When you're looking at buy side or sell side liquidity to look for to pair your orders with, you don't want to see it too far from your PD array, right? So because if they take this out right here, people are getting their sell stops activated, and for it to run all the way down here, that's an easy bag for them. They don't want that. You know what I mean? They want to raid this liquidity and have a quick displacement higher. Majority of the time, that's what they want to see. All right. So I'm looking for this low to be ran, which we will get pretty soon, I think. Yeah, so you see more liquidity got built up. All right, boom, right? Liquidity ran. Actually, it wasn't this wick. All right, hold on. Let me scale in. I got it wrong. I got it wrong. Hold on. Oh, okay, here it is. That's what I pulled out. Okay. All right, give me 1 second. All right. Okay, so this right here is a down candle right inside of here. Okay, with not only this up candle right here, which is the breaker of this whole down move. This is considered a breaker too. This is considered a breaker. Okay. And then let's draw that out in time. So this is kind of like, you don't have to do this, but you could kind of like look at, kind of like just keep your eye on this area, and if this area holds and does you know, a shift in delivery while taking out liquidity, then it's more reliable to look for this, okay, to stay and have a displacement. Okay, so let's see what happened. You have more liquidity built up right here, a down move, right? Okay, And then you don't have anything yet. This is what you want to see right here. Okay, boom, shift and delivery. Now after your shift and delivery right here, you're looking for a fair value gap. Now whenever I'm looking for a fair value gap, I'm looking for that fair value gap to most likely be in a discount. All right, so instead of me looking at this fair value gap right here, I'm looking at this one because it lines up with a down candle that took out liquidity right here. Short, look, you see how this down move took out liquidity? All right, broke structure. I'm looking at this fair value gap inside of here. All right, and you also have this down candle, which can be used as sell side liquidity on a lower time frame fractal. Okay, so this is where I'm looking at to take my entry right here. All right, and you can see that this isn't New York yet. Let's go ahead and zoom price in until it gets to New York. All right, so yeah, here, let's keep going. Okay, so you see how this happened right here. People will be like, oh my god, I missed this. I knew I should have taken off this range right here or whatever, right? And it starts moving up. No, you stick to your entry, right? You wait for your entry. You don't have to like chase price. And now since there's another break in structure, you're trying to get in on this one. This, stick to your entry, okay? Let price do what it does. If you miss it, then you miss it. You know what I mean? But now instead of me being like, I missed it, I'm gonna take it right here. No, I see this as more liquidity buildup. Why? Look at this. More liquidity built up, relative equal lows right above my area that I want to buy at. Okay, it's giving me more of a probability of this area working out, just this down candle sitting here. You get what I'm saying? So this is how I would love to see it do this. I don't care that it did this and move. If it shoots up, then it shoots up. I'd rather see it do this right here than it just come down and come into this and then move up. When it does this, that's a lot better for me. All right. So we put our position here. Position tool here, stops right below the swing low. Okay, just in case it wants to pierce deeper. And then your targets right above, which is what I was expecting it to go. Now, for targets, right, I'm looking for at least the low-hanging fruit, right? High-hanging fruit would be for it to get all the way up to this buy-side liquidity objective. Okay, low-hanging fruit is somewhere around here. All right, you got buy-side liquidity here. This is about one deviation of this swing from this low to this high, right? It'd be about one deviation. So I'm looking for this as my target, at least a 1 to 5 risk to reward. Now you could target up here if you want to. You could target up here, but I like to look for the low hanging fruit. I usually like to go for 1 to 2s, but whenever I get a really solid entry, a refined entry, really solid entry, I don't really go for 1 to 2s. I aim for a little bit more, maybe a 1 to 5, 1 to 4, 1 to 5. All right, so now you have more liquidity built up here. Even better, right? Even better. Okay, here's your entry. Look at the display. Look at the reaction. Look at the displacement. Right off the fair value gap with the order block, right? Liquidity built up. Here's your move at, what is this? New York session right here. Actually, no, is this New York? It's UTC. Hold on, let me see. UTC. Yeah, this is right at New York. Right at New York. That was your entry. So we understand that our position tool is right here. I'm not going to move it to the right just so it's not covering up the price section. But here you go right here. Okay. You have another break here. Once this high breaks right here, I'm most likely putting my stops halfway, at least halfway. Because I don't really expect it to go below this low. If it starts to go below this low, then it starts to create a more low high probable trade. You could put it below this low right now, about 50%, but you know, in my rules, I wait for at least 50% of my target to be reached before I break, or 70% before I put the break even. 50%, then I'll move my stops halfway, right? All right, so let's keep it going. All right, you get that displacement. Beautiful. Partial, I partialed here and left a partial like 90% of my position, left a 10% runner to get all the way to these highs up here. Now, I didn't do my position. I didn't do my position size, calculating size, right? So this was a 1 to 5, but I only got like a 1 to 4 out of it. You know what I mean? I actually took partials up here. I'm tripping. Just to get at least a 1 to 4 out of this, because I didn't do my position right. So I just aimed for this low hanging fruit right here instead. My fault. Tripping. All right, so boom, just like that. And then you can see that we took out this high, and then, you know, this was the trade. This was the trade. Easy trade. You can see that it just skyrocketed. And this is one of ICT's models that he teaches on YouTube. Besides him bringing up the sell side liquidity, right? Sell side liquidity to be paired with it, right? But that's just a confluence. This is what you're looking for. All right. And yeah, and it's all framed off of this sell side liquidity being ran, right? Didn't really matter what it came into, but you could add something, kind of put your framework to kind of use for your framework. But once you get this right here, that's where, you know, the money comes in, and this shit just flew. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this trade right here. If you guys enjoyed that trade, hit that like button. Let's go on to GBP/USD. All right. All right, so GU was a little bit iffy. Okay, let's go over just a little bit of context. Let me move this to the right just so this can get up out my way. All right, so with the GU, I feel like I can. Okay, look, that made it bigger. Okay, with the GU, right? Let me remove this too. Hide events. All right, so highs were taken here. Actually, let's go to today, which is February 15th. Move that day out the way, right? All right, so with GU ran out highs right here. So buy side liquidity. Now look, you see how this is like a stop point breaker structure, and then you could have took it. You could have been looking for a trade right here. Yeah, you know what I mean. That got taken out, right, and caused the real move, which came into more of this order block right here, maybe a little bit higher, maybe something inside of this wick is an order block, and you could use that it came up into, stopped out people who are running, had buy stops and stop losses right here. And then you have that displacement lower. You also have a higher run up, right, create a new range right here. All right, and then you have this breakdown right here. So I'm bullish, right? I mean, I said bullish. I'm bearish, bro. You know what I mean? I'm bearish. I'm looking for a price to potentially start coming down to these lows. Now, it doesn't have to, but that's a target. Also, this is a target too. But with the context of this right here, I cannot be bullish at all, right? So what am I aiming for? I'm aiming for these lows right here, all right? In context of it coming up here into this area of supply, this bearish order block, right? Broke down. Now, when I say area of supply, this isn't supply and demand at all. This is ICT's order block. All right, I'm just calling this an area of supply because it is a area of supply, right? Just like down here would be an area of demand. Okay, but it's ICT's order block. All right, not supply and demand. Now, this is the buy sell stops that I'm looking for to target on my daily direction. Now, when I have this right here, right, with this happening, since I'm bearish, I'm looking for order blocks that are on the menu that would be high probable. Okay, now why did I choose this order block? Now you could have chose up here too, because it could run this high, but why did I choose this? Because you have this old high sitting right by it, right, hovering right below it, double relative equal highs as well, right? So I'm looking for price to come up into this premium array. Let me make sure I'm still recording. All right, so I'm looking for price to come up into this premium array. We can mark out the order block. All right, mark out the order block. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, there's not much of a refinement that I don't like to over refine. But since I want to see it come up above this area, we could refine it to here. Let's see, there is fair value gaps that you could look at, and you could kind of refine it to this up here. But remember, like I said, whenever you see buy side liquidity being ran, you want to see as soon as it get ran a displacement lower. So you don't have to really expect it to come all the way up here. Just come into a fair value gap and then a move lower, right? So let's just focus on this range, right? Focus on that range. Here's your buy side liquidity. This is what I'm looking for. All right, I'm waiting for it to be ran here. All right, you can see that buy side liquidity was ran here. We came up into the premium of the order block, right? So once that does that, then you can refine it to here, right? Just to kind of focus your eye on. All right, now you have this up candle and this down candle formed right here. All right, now what happened inside of here? Okay, you have a stop hunt. You have a shift in delivery by taking out the low right here. You could wait for this one, but here's the low right here. London comes in, and this is a entry for you to take. Now I didn't take this entry right here because in my plan, none of this entry didn't follow any of the rules in my plan, right? So I'm not looking for an entry here. Besides on the 3 minute, yeah, it was there. But on the 1 minute, 5 minute, which I was looking at, then no. Okay. So here's one entry here. Okay. Now I noticed that price, yeah, is going down, right? We getting displacements lower. All right. Now, what am I looking at right now? Where did I see this at? Okay. See time frame. All right, let's kind of get through New York session. Let's get to New York session, right? Okay, so here's New York session. We have relative equal highs built up here. We have highs right here built up as well. Okay, so you have relative equal highs here that could possibly be ran to come into this area right here. All right, you have that there. You see how buy side liquidity is hovering right below this, even though it came into this whole up candles range. This high can be ran out to go lower. All right. Now what do you also have? You don't have much right here inside of here. This is what you will focus on here, right? So let's get into close to New York. Let's go to the 5 minute. So I'm bearish, right? Even though we came into this down candle right here, I'm bearish, right? I can't be bullish right now. All right. So let's continue. All right. Now we're coming into New York. Okay. So here's New York. Oh, I went too fast. I went too fast. Okay. So here's New York here. Okay. Look what we have. We have, even though we can look for this area, we have this area right here. All right, now this is kind of more advanced on models, but this is just framing off of liquidity. You have relative equal highs built up here. What else do you have, right? On the lower fractal, right, when you look at it fractally, you have a stop hunt, okay, and then a break right here. Now, a break right here. You have to break right here. Now, this is really complicated, this area. It's not the most cleanest, okay? Not like USD CAT. This is like a B type of setup, you know what I mean? But you can see right here, when you look at this, you have this right here. All right. You have this high ran. Go to the 1 minute. You have this high ran right here, and then you have this up candle before the down move right here. So I'm looking in this area not just because of this right here. This is in my rules to see, but because of this, because of the liquidity. Now I know that it could come up here, right? But I also know that it could be a reaction right here because why? Time and price. I don't expect price, like, look, this is all today's price action right here. Okay, this was dead time, damn near. Okay, London created this low right here, and then yeah, so this is a range, right? And London created this high up here. All right, so I'm expecting London's high to stick. I'm expecting us to go lower, even though what it did right here, and expecting us to run the sell stops down here, right inside of here, right? So that's what I'm looking for. All right, so once price comes into here, I just took a buy. I just took a sell limit. I took a sell because of time and price lining up with this. Now, if time wasn't there, then I'll expect it to come up here, and it could for surely could have came up here, and I could have been stopped out. That's fine. I accepted the risk because this area is a lot cleaner. But I like this area too because of all this build up right here. All right, so I took my sell limit here. Yep, there we go. There. Stop right above here, and then targets lower. We say 1 to 5. Risk to reward. Okay, or was it a 1 to 4? I forgot what it was. Hold on, let me see. Let me go to it real quick. Let me go to it. Okay, so it was a 1 to 4. Why was it a 1 to 4? That's crazy. Because I added in a little bit of spread too. It looks a lot different on this broker. Let me see. Zoom in a little bit. Because I put it. That's why. I made sure I put it above this high to be safe. Okay, yeah, I put it above that high to be safe. So it, yeah, stops was 5 pips instead of 3, right? 5 pips instead of 3. So it was up here. Okay, so I guess on this broker we actually did kind of run this high, which was a lot cleaner for me right here because this high was ran here on that specific broker. All right, so here this was your entry, which are stops right above here, and then targets was down here. All right, and this was what happened. All right, so it got a little bit messy, you know, but we don't sit here and look at the trade. Now once this happened here and we broke below this, I went ahead and put my stops halfway because I know that if it comes up here, there's not much of any reason for it to come up a little bit higher. I mean, it could come up into up here and then drop, you know what I mean? But I'll just take, if it did run me out right here, I'll just enter half of my position again right here if I really wanted to, if it gave that reaction, and then I'll let it go, right? So I put my stops halfway up there. You can see it played around a little bit, came up, almost came up to these highs, right? But you can see we had our continuation lower right there. All right, cool little 1 to 4. All right, and that was that trade right there. Once it came below here, stops was halfway. Once it broke down again, that's where I just went ahead and broke even because I wouldn't expect it to come all the way up here again. I wouldn't want to hold any risk of that, right? And we had our nice little drop right inside of here. So that's it for the trade breakdown. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys picked up something. I hope you guys picked up some nuggets, you know what I mean, that you could probably share with others. Share this video if you would like. Like this video if you haven't yet. I think I convinced you enough to like this video. So like this video, share it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.